Hi, my name is Glenn Story. I'm the founder and CEO of Patriot Mobile. I'd love for you to learn more about Patriot Mobile, www.patriotmobile.com/Gene V. More importantly, I'd like you to be a subscriber to his show. I mean, his Truthcast is amazing. And if you get to listen to some of them, you'll never go back. I really encourage you to come watch it.
Relationships matter because people buy people, and that's why I buy Eddie Zarin Insurance of the Zarin Insurance Agency in Pensacola, Florida. A family-owned business with over 50 years in the business, and they treat people the right way. From homeowners insurance to contractors insurance, condo insurance, commercial insurance, all the different coverages that are out there, and of course auto insurance, they've got you covered. They worry about you first. You're more than a policy number. You're a person who they're watching out for, not when the sun is shining, but after the hurricane has left. If you want real service with real savings, contact Eddie Zarin at the Eddie Zarin Insurance Agency. www.zarininsurance.com. Give them a call today. You'll be glad you did when you do.
The Ayatollah of Pensacola is with us this morning. very good morning to you, Gene.
Good morning, gentlemen. Glad to be sunny and warm inside. It may be rainy outside, but we're enjoying it.
Yeah, no question about it. All right, a very good morning to you. And, a lot has gone on since the last time you and I talked. 2 weeks in this business with Donald Trump as president. I mean, you can't even go over what all happened in the last 2 weeks since I talked to you last. So anyway, we'll start today, I guess, with just what your thoughts are about what's currently going on. I mean, what you got on your mind?
Well, you said the last 2 weeks. Today is 83 days since Donald Trump initiated the attack on Iran with Israel. The strikes were massive. The message was clear. Donald Trump has been clear, and I suspect, in short form, I'm sure you'll want to talk more about it in a minute. But I think we're in for some surprises in the next day or two. But we've been wrong. I mean, I anticipated Donald Trump doing something within 24, 48 hours, and I had to wait a week to see it happen. The same is true here. But while all that speculation is going on, to your question, we are witnessing the complete meltdown of the Democrat Party and the issues related to what we talked about several times, you, me, and Ted. The issues related to the ill intentions, the fraudsters, the perpetrators of fraud that have been taking advantage of America from within. Remember, we talked about how America might be compromised from within while we talk about all these global and world-based issues. Those same villains, those same enemies have plants here in the United States. Our job in the next decade is going to be to rake them out, take them out from within our nation. Remember, they're not citizens of the United States. They are illegal aliens that got in here because of the fraud and malfeasance of a guy by the name of Joe Biden. It started with the invasion at the border, and here we are today watching in the news 15 fraudsters who are been indicted for $92+ million of fraud. I'd like to know where Elon Omar stands with some of that. It's involved 7 different state agencies, programs, and programs that we really put out there with good intention for children, for the underprivileged, for those needing to get off the ground.
For the old and the infirm,
Yes.
Look, we know. Look, we've got. Let me just put it to you like this: I know somebody who had trouble getting their wife on Medicare because, and she's down. She's in a nursing home, and he had trouble, and they give you so much hell about it. And yet these people can steal millions and millions of dollars from that system that is supposed to be helping American citizens. And they send that money overseas to their countries. I mean, Ilhan Omar, whatever her name is, Tim Walz, how did they not know about this in Minnesota? Yeah, you got to ask yourself that question. What did they know, and when did they know it? And what about her and the investigation about how she got into this country? We shouldn't be having people like this in our country.
And it took a guy like Nick Shirley to come out of nowhere to do an investigation on this Leering Center in Minneapolis and the dozens of other illegitimate operations. Where was the press on some of that? The mainstream press. Forget Fox News and Newsmax for a minute and two or three other conservative outlets. Where was the main press involved in this story? New York Times in particular. They could have made a fortune leading with this story and bringing forward to the nation the illegality, the extent to which this has been uncovered. Healthcare fraud, going back to the Biden administration, shows that the Biden administration's FBI was more concerned about indicting Donald Trump and less concerned about catching these wrongdoers. Well, the door's been opened, and people are now seeing it. And like we've always said, the best part of our democracy, our constitutional republic, is that the people are the boss. You and me, we the people. In this 250th anniversary, which we're rolling up for a full celebration on between now and July, demonstrates to the world that even in our hardest of times, we can come together and maintain a society, a governance that will sustain itself while bad actors around us continue to try to take down this nation. We've learned a lot in the last week, Michael, with the news reports coming out from some Democrats. Democrats as recent as this morning saying this Democrat Party autopsy they're now talking about was a big mess. It was inarticulate, and it came to no conclusion. It did not describe how Biden's administration should have and could have stepped up to help Kamala Harris, whether we like her or not. The Democrats didn't do anything because of Joe Biden's vitriol, his despicable hate for the very people around him who didn't want him to run another term. Shows that he put his anger and hate and his use and his privilege of the use of the office ahead of what was right for this nation. Shame on him. He is now, without equivocation, the worst president of the United States that America ever had.
You know, if you look at what all they had to say, I mean, they had nothing to say about Joe Biden and bringing in millions of people across our borders. They had nothing to say about all of the issues that Donald Trump was discussing during the campaign season. Donald Trump was smart. He brought up the things that he knew that Americans were suffering from. We were suffering because they're stealing from us, the fraud. He knew that DOGE was something that we needed to do, that we needed to go find out where the fraud was happening. Where did that fraud happen? They used that money. They sent it to the USAID. That money went out of the country. Then it miraculously appears back in the country for lawyers and political action committees and things like that to utilize that money to run against Republicans. That's basically how it worked. Now, I saw an article this morning. Hey, listen to this. They're already starting. They say that USAID, when they defunded USAID, guess what? That's why we're seeing Ebola now coming back. because it's us. We're the fault of this. We're not sending money to Africa anymore. Velvet Hammer.
Well, we're not. And we better stop sending money to these third world nations until we can get it accounted for. I'm still asking to know more about the $200+ billion the Biden administration gave to Ukraine. Did that actually reach the intended purpose?
We will never, ever find out about that. Never.
Yeah.
We'll never give that up.
No, but that's consistent with where most Americans are. And I'll tell you what's surprising to me. You got the Gen Z crowd coming out of college now, the young millennials and going down to Gen Z, and they're listening to these liberal educators speak from the podium with their cap and gown about the future of AI, and they're all getting booed because of the abuse of AI. They look at this as the precursor for more abuse of America and America's resources. You know what? They're right. I don't mind AI. I'm an investor. I invest in a lot of AI, but I want regulation on it to prevent it from going astray. Hey, here's another less obvious thing that I think has more value. Is there no small coincidence Elon Musk and Donald Trump are buddies again?
Yeah.
Donald Trump puts Elon Musk on the airplane with him, and off they go to China. Elon Musk is working behind the scenes quieter, but more effective. He's about to come out with an IPO in June that relates to SpaceX. The concept of data centers and the need for energy. Elon's talking about nuclear-powered data centers sitting in outer space to avoid. This is so leading edge. I'm going to be buying into this IP. Yeah, and because it's in outer space, it also mitigates some of the overhead cost that you have with what?
Cooling, you don't have to worry about that in space. Sunshine, you got plenty of. It is brilliant.
No cloud in those skies.
24/7, you get sunlight.
Well, you have nuclear too that'll run forever, which is reliable. Right. And a lot of our remote automation systems today are managed by a central station office, not in the same street, not in the house, not in the same neighborhood. Rather, they're hundreds of miles away, some central station operations that manage what I'd consider the automation of a home or a business. I think the new generation will be spawned by the likes of an Elon Musk, who with one hand tied behind his back, uncovered more graft, fraud, and wrongdoing in this DOGE effort he initiated. He had to shut it down and move on for fear of his own life, but what it did is it left the door open for the Nick Shirleys of the world to come in and go after it, and we've got the next decade ahead of us to sit back, grab your beer and popcorn, and watch the government, slower than we like, but watch the government go forward with prosecution against hundreds, if not thousands, of wrongdoers who are sitting in your neighborhood and mine that have taken advantage of this beautiful system. You watch young boys, young men who lost their motivation get off the damn couch and get to work and look and re-energize themselves with a new entrepreneurial spirit to open a business like you and I have, to take advantage of the resources this nation gave us to become independent and wealthy. I don't want that Mondami attitude out of New York to tax your wealth or mine, because what are they going to do with the money? They have proven themselves to be failing socialists, And now the chickens have come home to roost, and it's up to the well-spirited, well-intended Americans to get off their asses and make sure this regime of socialism and Marxism never comes to fruition. We've had enough. We've seen enough in the last decade.
Yeah, thank you, Gene. Gosh, that is it. We are out of time. I can't believe that. But thank you so much. I appreciate you joining us for this Friday show. And I hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend. Thank you for joining us. We'll talk to you again next week.
Happy Memorial Day, buddy. Relationships matter because people buy people. And that's why I buy Eddie Zarin Insurance of the Zarin Insurance Agency in Pensacola, Florida. A family-owned business with over 50 years in the business, and they treat people the right way. From homeowners insurance to contractors insurance, condo insurance, commercial insurance, all the different coverages that are out there, and of course auto insurance, they've got you covered. They worry about you first. You're more than a policy number. You're a person who they're watching out for, not when the sun is shining, but after the hurricane has left. If you want real service with real savings, contact Eddie Zarin at the Eddie Zarin Insurance Agency. www.zarininsurance.com. Give them a call today. You'll be glad you did when you do.